The edger is pretty simple. The edger puts a bevel on the board, and then we move it over to the foiler. The foiler puts the foil on the bevel, and you come out with a completed product. In this case, I only have one power source, so I'm going to have to plug in the edger, do the bevel, then shut off the edger and the camera, turn on the foiler, and then I have to wait for that to heat up. And then when it heats up, then I'll turn the camera back on and show you the foiling of the board that I already edged. But we'll start out with the edger. All we have to do is plug it in. It runs on 220. They both are running on 220. I've got a regular vacuum hooked up to it. We use a dust collector with our bigger edger foiler that we use. But for this purpose, I've just hooked it to a vacuum. It's enough to show you how this works. We'll turn the vacuum on, turn the edger on, we'll edge a board, and then, like I said, we'll shut it off, then move on to the next thing as soon as it warms up. So here we go. This is the board, just MDF, I think it's 3/8 board. You can see I edged it instead of 4 times, 5 times, and that's only because when I first moved it through there I wasn't holding it good and it kind of gave a little gouge. But if you run it through again, it just takes that off. I'll turn the other machine on and then we'll be back. It takes a bit of adjusting to get it to the size board you want. That's the first thing I found. And second thing is you got to get used to the speed in which to move the board through the foiler. Too fast, things aren't going to stick. Too slow, they're going to burn. I'm still getting fair at it. I think it'll take a little bit of practice till you get the right speed down, and then you should be fine. If you don't get something all covered in the first go by, because you went too fast or held it wrong or something, you can continue to run it through again. The other thing is, if you really mess it up, you can always run it back through the edger, take off less than 1/8, 1/16 of an inch of wood, and then go back and try it again. At this point, you would have your product, your picture, whatever you have on here, ready to go, and then you just run it through the edger. Again, I have an automatic one, so we just feed it through, and our product is on the face of the board. In this case, I'm just using a sample board, so we'll go from there. And again, it's all about speed and timing. I'm not perfect at it, but I'll give you the idea. That's not bad. You can see the edge, it's nice and crisp, and it laid a good solid piece of foil down. And again, you have to do it for all 4 corners, but it does take some getting used to. Again, looks good. We have another bare corner. you can see we kind of missed an edge here. And again, I went a little bit too fast, but to cover that, you just go over it a second time. Now we've got it covered. Maybe a little bit of flake there. If I wanted to, I could do it one more time. And we go to the fourth side. And that looks great. And again, if I want to clean up this edge just a little bit, we can go back one more time over here. And that time we were fine. So now all the edges look good. Again, from what I can tell, not using this much, you just have to practice with it a little bit, get the right speed. Edger's pretty simple. That goes through fairly easy. This takes a little bit more talent to try to figure out how to work it. But hope that shows you enough of what you're looking at. And if you'd like, I can take the camera once real quick and just kind of go around the equipment so you can see it a little better. We'll leave this running. You can see it's much quieter than the Edger is. This is the control panel, and has your on, it has an emergency stop, it has an on off, it has a rewind, which is just so your tape stays taut, torque for your wheel, and film advance if you just want to move the tape ahead by itself a little bit. You can see the temperature still climbing. I have it set at 399. It's now up at 392. Like I said, I like it up around 400. That will do what needs to be done. And again, I'll shut this off, and all that has, you just do that, it shuts off. You can see where you feed in through the plate, over the wheel, through the other plate, back out, and this absorbs your slack. This is just the oven. You pull it away when you're done so it doesn't continue to heat the wheel. And then the Edger is real simple, just an on and off button. You only need a few tools to make adjustments, usually some Allen wrenches, a couple crescent wrenches, to raise and lower both the cutting wheel or the foiler base. And to raise that up and down, the base itself, you use an Allen wrench, go like this, it goes up, it goes down. Same thing with this, but you can also do some adjustments to the cutting blade and to the wheel, minor ones at best. Hope that helps. Thanks.